what's been the biggest inspiration in your life for writing comedy?
Well, this is the best interview ever. That's deep.
I got a girlfriend. She's cute. She's funny. But
Today we have Mr. Deshawn Raw.
I broke up with my ex-girl. Here's a number. Psych! That's the wrong number!
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. So what does a day in the life of Deshawn Raw look like these days?
Mostly open mics. Me and my friends, we try to do comedy every night.
What's been the biggest inspiration in your life for writing comedy?
Well, this is the best interview ever. That's deep. What's been the biggest thing that's your driving force when you wake up? My biggest inspiration? Michael Jordan is pretty inspiring, but it wouldn't be fair to just say one thing is I just try to get inspired from everywhere. Like,
I mean, you're giving me too much credit by saying it's the best interview ever. You were actually interviewed by Snoop Dogg, so I'm just aiming for second place. But smoking weed with Snoop, sitting down, what was that moment like for you?
Exhausting. I was so high. I was so high. I probably slept for like a day and a half. After I left the interview and probably slept for like 16 hours straight, woke up to eat, and then went back to sleep.
You making $40,000 a year telling me about business. You got an F.
Yeah. You know, some people think it's the size of the blunt. Like, Snoop would have like a little blunt, but when it hits you, you be like, what is in this? Like, they pack power. So, smoking with Snoop was one of the highest I ever been in my life. And I only sat down with him for like 2.5 hours, so I don't know how this man...
Every day.
Yeah.
I was at the radio station and he passed me the blunt too. I swear I might have had this much of it and I was high for 3 straight days. In that interview, you actually said that you were the best 2K player out there.
Of all time.
Of all time.
The best.
Yeah.
Ruffling feathers around this motherfucker with that shit.
Which, you know, I'm not necessarily going to sit here and dispute.
Okay.
But what was your biggest 2K victory ever? Like a moment where, you know, you were in a tight game, where you were in a playoffs or a championship, and it was just your biggest moment.
Okay, I love this question. On 2K, you could play with the older teams. You could play with any team from any year. They keep them by year. So, I had 1995 Chicago Bulls.
Ooh.
Michael Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, Kukoc versus the 2013 Miami Heat. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and me and my homie went into about 4 overtimes.
Jeez.
The best 2K game of my life. I said no more overtimes. I'm getting the ball to Jordan. I'm ISOing LeBron, trying to guard me. And I think we won by like 6, but it was fun. It was the funnest game of my life.
4 OTs. How many bathroom breaks did you have to take in that? Now, is your name Deshawn Raw because you hate condoms?
No. My name is Deshawn Raw because I'm the rawest comedian ever to touch a microphone. We're on the phone and the homie was like, Raw, Deshawn Raw. And I'm like, oh, that's fire. I'll call me super hot, boy. 100 degrees, leather jacket, because I'm super hot, boy. Oh!
You're not a rapper, but are you a comedian?
I'm a comedian, but I'm not a rapper. I've never been one. First of all, I'm not a rapper. Never been a rapper.
When you originally kind of got into the skit game and you started doing the Super Hot thing, did you expect that was going to blow up and that you would kind of have to become that character for a little bit? Or did that just blow up way past what you thought?
It was like, oh, this is funny. This is a funny rap battle. And then we're checking the analytics, and then out of nowhere, like Canada, it was like 100,000 views, 200,000 views, 300,000 views. Because
all of those might have been me, by the way. I'm from Canada, so.
Then the millions start rolling. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, 9 million, 10 million.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11 million, 12 million, 13 million, 14 million, 15 million, 16 million, 21 million. It's just too blocky one. 27 million, 28 million, 29 million, 30 million, 31 million, 32 million. In the 40s and the 50s and the 60s.
If you need White Rapper Part 2, I will definitely step in and fill that role. Whiter rapper, we can call it.
White rapper, white.
I know. I'm so white. Spit that heat though. But I'm lucky, like I rolled dice.
And so, when did you decide to take down all of your videos? Because I remember there was a point where you took everything down. Was that a decision that had been building up, or was that kind of like a gut decision that day?
Man, I was one day I was just driving around and I was listening to Jay-Z. You know, I was listening to the Black album, and you know, I was just like, he right, man, I'm out.
Add that to the fact I went plat a bunch of times that, but my influence on pop culture, I'm supposed to be number one on everybody's list. You see what happens when I no longer exist.
And then you just
Like,
decided to retire?
I just decided to fade to black. I deleted all my videos originally, actually, to start doing stand-up. That was my first love, my first dream, the first thing I really wanted to do. And I went to stand-up, and I was not good. And so I came back to the skits. So I said, hey, I'm back.
You changed clothes, dirt off your shoulders, and then you came back.
And now I feel like I'm seasoned, and I put out my first special. Now that I have Deranged, I have a bar. So I listen to Deranged like at least once a week. And when I write new jokes, I say, okay, if it's not as funny as Deranged, then it's scrap it. I give Deranged like a B as far as stand-up. It's like a B, B+. So
that's the Carter 1. You still have the Carter 2 and the Carter 3 to come.
Yeah. So all my new special have a bar to measure with the Carter 1. I'm like, is it Carter 1?
Basically, I'm Lil Wayne. And I'm the hottest.
If it ain't Carter 1, it ain't going on the next album.
In the comedy special, you talked about, you know, when you were growing up, you didn't have the selection of cereal that some people have. Now that you can get whatever cereal you want, what's your favorite cereal?
I don't eat cereal.
What's your go-to breakfast then?
Whatever my girlfriend makes. My girlfriend makes breakfast. So my go-to is, good morning, baby.
Is it cool being one of the biggest GIFs and memes in the world still? Like, you're on the iPhone when you type, like, ooh, 3 O's, you come up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Do you remember where you were when you found out that Obama tweeted your meme?
I just don't believe it. I still don't believe it. People tell me that, but I don't believe it.
Last question here. I'm going to read you some lyrics, and I just want you to tell me if there's any similarity, okay?
Okay.
Supa Hot Fire once said,
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
All right? Now, Big Shaq from Man's Not Hot says,
The thing goes
do you think that Big Shaq, Man's Not Hot, was riding the wave of Supa Hot, or did Supa Hot ghostwrite for Big Shaq?
I think Big Shaq needs to settle this once and for all and battle Supa Hot. I think that's the only way we can resolve who's, I don't even know how to describe it.
Who's the greatest?
Who's the greatest?
Who's the hottest?
We need a battle of the temperature.
Battle-
Supa Hot versus Man's Not Hot.
Big Shaq, you need to come battle Supa Hot Fire.
I get what he was saying though. I get his bars. It was very deep.
You felt that shit.
Yeah, his bars was really deep. I felt where he was coming from, and I relate.
It almost went over everyone's head.
I relate. I get exactly what he's saying.
I mean, do you...
Skitty bop, blap, blap, rap. That happened to me before.
Exactly. Any last things you want to say to the people?
Deshawn Raw is the channel that I will be uploading to consistently. It was deleted years ago. It is now back and active. Deranged is out now. Stream it or download it. It's 20 minutes. It's my first stand-up comedy special. I put my whole year into it. I put my whole 2017 into that special. And this is the best interview of all time, ever.
Thank you very much for coming out, sir.